Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesus Junk Journals, and we are going to work on our healing folio today. And we're going to move on. We're going to start with a real easy thing, and that's going to be putting these corners in the inside of your two-page wing add-on here. And so go to page 10, and you're going to have these two brown squares, and you're going to cut them out and cut them apart, and that'll give you 4 little corner tucks. So let me do that. Kind of like to trim off that little black line if I can. You know, when I make the kits, I debate. It's like I have to make the line so you know where to cut, but I don't like the line to show, and it's like, don't really know any other way to go about it, so there it is. Okay, and I'm going to ink it with my vintage photo, ink them rather, which also kind of disguises that black line. So what are you guys working on today? Put it in the comments. Are you making a journal, or are you just having a day where you're watching fun videos? Or what's going on at your house? I have, you know, I do the art journaling too, so I've got that project going on, which is kind of fun. It keeps me jumping from one to the other. And I believe I'm going to make my next kit. It's going to be this layout, but without the design. It's going to be a template, so you can use your own papers, because I know, I can tell from different things that those are popular. And so I'm going to go ahead and make a template journal, and you use your own paper. So you can be thinking about that, making plans if you want to do that. Okay, so these are, there's 2 that will be readable if you put them at the bottom, and 2 that will be readable if you put them at the top. So glue that in. Speaking of healing, we went over to see Billy Burke, Pastor Billy Burke. He has a healing ministry. And my husband's back was healed at one of his services probably a year ago. And so this time he's had some rotator cuff issues. And he got, it's not 100%, but it's probably 80% healed. And we canceled his surgery for his shoulder. So that was awesome. If you want to see him, he's on YouTube, Billy Burke. And those particular services are on the Millennial Church in Tulsa, is where we went. So they're usually under the churches wherever he goes, if you want to find him. Okay. So there's that. Okay, so then the next project we can do is, let's see, what do we have here on the back of the, let me look here real quick on my prototype. Okay, so that is this, the 2 butterfly flaps, and then this page 11, you're going to cut this square out, and this one is page 10, and it's the butterfly. So let's cut those out, and that way we'll have the 2 wing all done. Okay, and I'm going to take my round corner punch and round these corners just because I want to. So if you want to do that, feel free. And I'm going to take my scoreboard and score these folds. And ink the edges. Something else, if you would make a comment below the video and tell me, like, if there are any kind of videos you are wanting me to do, I'd like to hear about that. You know, particular books of the Bible or subjects. You know, I've done a few books, not a lot, but I've done Ruth and Esther, of course. And I did Proverbs and Jonah. That was a fun one. And honestly, I'm studying the book of Revelation. I'm thinking, oh, yikes, would that make a good journal? End time stuff? Maybe. I've thought about it. I'm not sure. I haven't decided about that, but I could. I've listened to several different teachers' versions of what they think Revelations means. And there's, you know, some different ideas. So it would be kind of hard to do one because, you know, some people think this and some people think that, and nobody really knows yet because it hasn't happened. But I mean, I have a couple of my favorite ones that seem very scriptural, like they back everything they say with scripture. But I think probably everybody thinks that their version is scriptural. So, you know, I kind of feel like maybe I should just leave it alone. Okay, so, oh, these need circles too. So let's pull some circles out. Let's see, I think I want black ones. That's what I used on the prototype, and it looks nice to me. So I'm going to use the black. And then I need a plain circle for each one. And I need my awl and my styrofoam. And I'm going to need my little brads. So I'll get a couple of those out. Oh, and my waxed thread. So let me get a ruler. And these are, let's see, 4.5. So I need the hole to be at 2 and about 1/4. So if I want it to be around, or whoops, where'd it go? Something like about there. The hole needs to be right about there. Okay, something like that. 2 and 1/4-ish. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to get my decorated circle and my plain circle. Line those up. And pick my center. Get my little brad. Whoops. Put the brad on the right side. There we go. And I'll go ahead and poke a hole here. And put the brad in there. Okay, and then same thing on this one. Somewhere like that. So I'm just getting a rough idea where the middle of that circle would fall if I put it about where I want it. I'm not being super picky. And then I'll put the hole 2 and 1/4. So right there. And then take my 2 circles, poke my hole. And put the brad in there. All right. tie. I think I'll go ahead and glue this in. All right, so this goes here. This will cover up the flaps. So you're going to put your flaps, so get them to where they're right side up on the butterflies. And center it. I'm going to make sure it goes all the way up to the top of that page. And leave room over here on the fold, of course. Make it right to the edge of there. Right to the edge of there. Right to that edge. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then the same thing over here. Take it out to this edge. And glue it. And then I'm going to put my string on. So just tie a double knot once you get it in between the two circles. And trim the little tail off. And then see how much you want after you've wrapped it, however many times you want to wrap it. Okay, and then undo it, and we're going to glue the cover paper over it. Trim it if we need to. Looks like it's going to fit. Is it? Nope, not quite. Okay, looks like it's just a little bit too big. All right, so I'm just going to trim it by, I'm going to eyeball it. Feel free to use a ruler. That would probably be the smarter way to do it. Okay, and then make sure your writing's right side up by his stripes. And I'm going to ink that edge that I cut. And then glue it on. All right, and then you close it back up. And we've got the 2-wing add-on done. And so now the next thing will be to work on the 3-wing. But I think, let's see. Oh, I want to stop. I'm going to stop. I know this might be really short. I'm trying to keep these videos so you can do each step with each video as much as possible. So I'm going to stop because that's the end of the 2-wing edition. What's going on here? Oh, glue. Got our 2-wing thing done. So I'm going to stop and then we'll come back and work on the 3-wing. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.